Hello and welcome back to episode 1 of our brand new series on the Andrew Plays channel, Basking in Bilbao. As you can guess from that, we're going to be doing a save with Athletic Bilbao, something a bit different. I played with them a number of years ago, and if you don't know, they have a bit of a policy with their youth system, well, with the whole club in fact, a rather large policy. If you are new here, just before we get into that, please do leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're looking forward to this new save. Go and check out my other save. I'll leave a link to it up here. Unknown to World Known. We're currently at Club 5 of that, where we've won the first of 3 Champions Leagues that we're trying to go for. It's got to be one with at least 2 different clubs. We've got one and Move Club. But more importantly, let's get into the new series. So we are going to be basking in Bilbao. Now, if you don't know about Athletic Bilbao, they have a policy at their club where to play for them, you have to be part of the Basque region of Spain, and a little bit of France is included in there, hence why Aymeric Laporte was able to play for them. So what we're going to be doing here is a bit of like a enforced youth challenge. There can be transfers, but they're limited to almost to players that have come through our system, but through this very specific part of Spain. And it's something a little bit different to what I normally do. So I thought we'd give it a go. It's been a long time since I played with them. So let's get into it. We're going to be on £32,500 per week to begin with. This is entirely the first time I've loaded up the new winter update. So last season they finished 10th, but they want us to finish at least 7th. We have got a director of football in place, and we've got a pretty new stadium as well, only built back in 2013, 53,000 capacity stadium. No transfer budget, however, should be noted. So their main recommendation is a 4-4-2. Inaki Williams, obviously a massive player in this team. Raul Garcia, still around, he's been here for years. Yeye, Inigo Martinez, Unai Simon, Yuri, Williams Jr. I don't recognise that name. We'll have a look at them. But Unai Simon, obviously, currently in the talk for Spain's number 1. Going to be tough to keep him here, I would expect. And as you can see there, cannot sign non-Basque players. So we are limited in what we can bring in. But nevertheless, I think it'll be a fun challenge for us. If we have a quick look at the squad, so you can clearly see Unai Simon's the best goalkeeper. If we have a look at squad depth and all positions, you can see right back we've got a couple of options in Lecou and Kappa. Yeye can kind of play out there, but really he's going to be here along with Inigo Martinez, Unai Nunes. We could probably do with Vivian, testing him out to see if he's going to become a starting player for us. He's got great potential, so I don't see why not. Left back, oh, that was role suitability, not potential. Never mind. But Balenciaga and Yuri are going to be good options there. Beringua could be a good option as he develops himself more. Holding midfield looks like a little bit of a weak spot for us, although we have got Venesador, who looks like he could be a world-class holding midfielder for us. Further forward in the main midfield, you've got Raul Garcia. Then we've got Oyhan Sadset a bit further back. And again, he looks like he could be somebody who does go further forward. If we have a look, he is somebody that can go further forward, although does seem to prefer the just centre of midfield. Then on the wings, we've got Munyain, Williams. Where's this? Nico Williams. That must be the Williams Jr. because of, obviously, Inaki Williams. Are they related? They are related. I did not know that. Well, fair enough. We've then got Beringua, who can play left back, basically anywhere on the left-hand side, anywhere on the right-hand side. He's just got a fear of the middle of the pitch, Beringua has, unless it's the number 10 role. Up front is where we are struggling a little bit at the moment, because you've got Garcia, you've got Williams, but then you've not really got anything. They used to have Adariz, of course, who was massive for them, but he's now retired. So we're going to be looking probably towards Inaki Williams to go as our striker. I would think. What I'm looking at is probably a 4-2-3-1 and then a 4-3-3, depending on who we're playing. Maybe even whether it's just home or away. But obviously, there's not much that we can do in the way of transfers because, for one, we've got no transfer budget. I think this might be from something I was doing offline where I disabled the first transfer window. I think I might have forgot to turn that back on. But we'll live with it. It doesn't matter too much. We have got Unai Lopez is going to be leaving at the end of this season. So he's unlikely to be playing much for us this year on that basis. If we go and have a look at our development centre, this is where we need to be looking to instead of signing players. So we have got Junior Bitter, Alaboniga Menor. I think that's how you pronounce his name. So three very good midfielders in there, actually. And then a couple of other good players in other positions like striker, goalkeeper. If we have a look into the Bilbao B squad, Bartola could be somebody that we'd look to bring in quite soon. Serrano, I think actually we're going to promote Serrano straight into the first team on our first day here. And then if we have a look at the Bilbao C, not a lot here in the way of potential, but you know, it's one of them. We've got good options in our under-19s and B team. So hopefully with that, I think we'll be well away in terms of options. Having a quick look at the start of the season, we've got Celta Vigo to start our year. First division, let's have a look. We are predicted to finish 8th. They want us to finish 7th. Or is that just the game getting a little bit confused? Possibly. Having a quick look at what we've got here. So Munyain is our key player. Beta is our hot prospect. I'm not sure who our captain is. It doesn't actually say on the screen here. But nevertheless, we've got an average age of 26. So that bodes relatively well for us, I would say. Just having a quick look at the averages across the league, we are looking slightly below average for the average age, which is kind of where you want to sit. We don't want to go too young. We're slightly above average for height. We are the heaviest team in the league. I don't know whether that's good or bad. Then it goes into things that we don't really care about. So let's have a look at anything else that we're particularly good at. We're a very strong team, which maybe that tells us a little bit about how we're going to play this game. We've got a good work rate, so it looks like we're going to be trying to dominate the possession. Our goalkeepers are the worst in the league for kicking. However, that does take into account people who aren't in our first 11, I believe. So I don't know how much to read into that. Defensively, we look very good. Best heading, best marking, best positioning, very good strength again. Pretty good pace. We've got a very good defence there. Our midfield is where we seem to be lacking. Our attacking, not great either, but physically, we're one of the strongest teams, as mentioned. We've got good jumping reach. We're also quite quick, so there's a lot of potential for what we can do here. Mentally, kind of middle of the pack for the most part, I would say. Work rate and positioning are fantastic. Work rate is a massive one. Teamwork also quite good. Bravery is good. It's just a few other that. Our determination as well is quite good, which is good to see. Technically, we've got the best heading and best marking in the league. And then outside of that, we're distinctively average at the attacking side of things. But then again, that's taking into account everything. So if we turn that into strikers, then it looks a little bit nicer, doesn't it? If we turn the defenders on, we've got some very good free kick taking defenders, apparently. Well, you can't argue with that. I say very good. They're just better than the rest of the league. So, never mind. What we'll do now then, since there's not really anything else for us to go through in the preseason, we're going to head to that Celta Vigo game, see how we get on in our first game in charge of Athletic Bilbao. And it's now time for the first game of the season against Celta Vigo. Our lineup is Unai Simon in goal, a back four of Lecou, Yurye, Martinez, Balenciaga. In midfield, we've got Venecidor and Zaraga. Williams on the right. Sunset in the number 10 role. Munyain out on the left. And Raul Garcia up front. We're just going to see how he goes up there. We're probably long-term looking at Inaki Williams moving up front, and then perhaps Nico Williams going out on the right-hand side. Of course, no transfers to go through because we have the first window deactivated. Corner kick early on for Celta Vigo goes towards the far post. Inaki Williams does well to head it away. However, it is connected by Suarez. Nestor to Murillo, out to Mendes, and back to Hugo Malo. Of course, I don't really know where. Iago Aspas has gone past the defender. Yurye does really well to recover that, especially given the way that Aspas went past him. Outside of Aspas, I don't know how good Celta Vigo are. I know they were in the Europa League semi-finals a few years back, but often with teams like this, they then get torn apart in the years after a run such as that. We have a free kick just outside the box, slightly to the left-hand side. Inigo Martinez stood over it, and he's hit the bar. And Murillo was able to get it away, but our centre-back with a cracking free kick there. And just after that, we're going to have a throw-in for Celta Vigo. Nolito to Mina, and then to Iago Aspas, who tries to run into space. He was denied, but Denis Suarez finds him in space, and he misses the chance. Big chance for Aspas there. We are straight in with a corner now. Balenciaga has been sent the corner in. It's actually gone into the back of the net. But before that could happen, Yurye was pushed in the box. We have a penalty. Are we about to go 1-0 up in the opening game of the season against Celta Vigo? It's going to be Raul Garcia stepping up to take it. He makes no mistake. We lead 1-0 on the opening day. Good start. Hopefully, we're going to see this continue, but absolutely no complaints from that. The only concerns I've got in this game so far is Iago Aspas. Murillo and Tapia are passing the ball around at the back again. Not long going on between these highlights here. This time the keeper goes long. Inigo Martinez heads it inside, but Venecedor has had the ball taken off him by Aspas. Ball through to Mina. Keeper's committed. Unai Simon's made a bit of a blunder there. We are getting a VAR check for the offside, but I think more than anything, Unai Simon's just had an absolute nightmare, and that's exactly what has happened. Denis Suarez has played the ball in behind. There was poor from Yurye and Martinez the way Mina got that space, but Unai Simon committed and didn't get there, which I'm never happy to see. Half time, it's 1-1. It's going all right for us so far. I think we need to be a bit careful with our defensive line, given the way they've exposed us a couple of times with those balls in behind. But other than that, we're doing well so far. I think what we're going to try here, Munyain is looking a bit tired and not playing very well. Berengu is going to go out on the left-hand side. We might bring Villarabre on for Raul Garcia soon, but not quite yet, I think. We'll leave it at that for the moment. Balenciaga to Sanse. Sends it out to the right-hand side where Inaki Williams has brought it down. He's pushed in the back by Gallen. And we're getting the most ridiculous VAR check, because that was very clearly outside the box. But they're going to check it anyway. And inevitably, we're going to find out that this isn't a penalty because it's outside the box, as we already knew. Is it going to result in something from the corner? Or are we getting a highlight just because we nearly had a penalty? It was a terrible free kick. What was the point? We're going to bring Nico Williams on for Raul Garcia. Inaki Williams is going to go up front. And then Nico Williams can be a inverted winger. And what else shall we do? I'm looking at Vivian on for Yurye just because of the yellow card. However, before those changes can go through, we have got a highlight here. Luku inside to Venecedor. And back to the wing for Inaki Williams. Raul Garcia to Sanse. Back over the top towards Raul Garcia, but he was never going to get there, unfortunately. That's the big thing that's hanging over me about Raul Garcia. I don't think he's got the pace to be a lone striker. If we swap to like a 4-4-2, then perhaps he could do it alongside someone because he could hold the ball up for them. But by himself, I just don't think he's got it in him. Solari's collected the ball on the right-hand side. Cross goes in. Iago Aspas very nearly puts Celta Vigo 2-1 up. But we have seen out a 1-1 draw on the opening day of the season. I'd say it was a fair result if I'm being completely honest. I don't think either of us particularly deserve to win that, and the stats kind of reflect that as well. Just having a quick look, Celta Vigo predicted 10th, so yeah, they're kind of in and around where we're expecting to be competing. I think a draw was the right result, and it's a decent start to the season. We would have liked to pick up points. We've got Villarreal next, and then Barcelona and Valencia, so it's a tough start to the season for us. I think what we'll look to do is we will come back for the game against Real Sociedad at the end of September, along with the Menorca game. Yeah, we can get our San Sebastian derby on camera. If you have enjoyed that, if you've enjoyed the new series, leave a like down below. Comment what you think our overall targets should be. Obviously, we want to win La Liga, maybe the Champions League as well. With all this homegrown talent, could be a fun thing to aim for. Subscribe if you are enjoying the content on the channel, and thank you very much for watching.